Your car can park in the building behind the medical center. Would you pass me the textbook on that table? If you want to sell your book, it must have a bibliography. They have enough work to keep them going. Students are not allowed to speak when they are in the examination hall. Scientists are always asking the government for more money. We will change the classroom because this one is too small. Try to get through it as soon as possible. The campus library will be closed during the winter break. If you show your student card, you will get a discount. If you show your student card, you will get a discount. There is a lot more about this topic on the university website. All students depend on their future. You have to submit the project by the end of the week. Living in the 21st century is increasingly stressful. Please make sure you use the standard form of quotation. Please read the article that was given out yesterday. The assessment of this course will begin next week. This will be the first art exhibition to be held by the university. One of the first mass transit systems was located in France. Speaking one or more foreign languages will be useful in your career. Tomorrow evening, there will be a panel discussion on sustainable development. There is a fitness center next to the student union. The information you need for this meeting is on the website. You can borrow up to 2 books at the same time in the library. I am glad that Professor Gordon just joined our faculty. Mobile phone chargers vary enormously from one place to another. There are many welcoming activities for new undergraduate and postgraduate students. Please note, the proposal submission deadline has been extended. Many species have not yet been discovered by biologists. You realize that you can deal with a lot of situations. He told me it was the most important assignment of all. The campus car park will be closed next weekend. She's doing a master's degree by distance learning. It's obviously vital that companies should fully understand their customers. Please make an appointment before attending the next meeting. Please make sure you have filled in all your details before submitting. You have to submit projects by the end of this week. For further information, you need to contact a member of our administration team. Students may not use calculators in the final exams. The subject is complex and difficult to explain. The first draft of the presentation is almost ready. Newspapers around the country are reporting the stories of the president. Social work is not the only subject in sociology. Collaboration is a feature of a successful company. There is not enough space for me in the car. We can discuss education in the tutorial next week. Several students raised different examples. Please make an appointment with your tutor about work after holiday. Young children need education and organized activities. The brain is the central computer of our body. Until you complete the form, you cannot attend. There is too much information on this topic. Presentation skills are important to both universities and workplaces. The library is located on the north side of the campus. The United States is the largest chocolate manufacturing country. If you forget your password, you need to contact the student center. There won't be any space for me in the car. Being a vegan means not consuming any animal products. Students should take advantage of the internet before attending the lecture. The technician left the new microscope in the biology lab. All internship applications are available in the office. In English, the first letters of the months of the year are always capitalized. You can pay by cash or using a credit card. We are required to submit the assignment before Friday. The university supplies a number of scholarships for qualified students. In my free time, I would like to read current affairs and newspapers. Fishing is both a sport and a means of survival. We will study the following 2 pictures in the next lecture. Companies aim to earn money, not to change society. We need to read the first 5 chapters to prepare for next week's tutorial. It is good for the environment and also good for your bill. As student union members, we can influence changes at the university. Don't hesitate to email me if you have any questions. It is within the framework that we're making our survey. It is interesting to observe the development of language skills of toddlers. Students are competing for every place in the computer courses. Many undergraduate students go back home to stay with their parents after graduation. The Student Service Center is located on the main campus behind the library. Today, we will be discussing the role of government in preventing injustice. Student loans are now available for international students. Physics is a detailed study of matter and energy. Eating too much will do harm to your health. Conservation is essential for the survival of future generations. The visiting professor is going to give a lecture on geology. Sport is the main cause of traumatic brain injuries in the United States. Please finish all the reading chapters before the field trip. Most of the assignments should be submitted on the same day. More females than males graduated from universities last year. I will be in my office every day from 10 to 12. I believe children should read aloud more. The African elephant is the largest living land mammal in the world. Don't forget to hand in your assignments by the end of next week. Allergy problems do run in the family, but we don't understand why. All undergraduate students should participate in the seminar. All necessary information is in the assignment. A computer virus has destroyed all my files. You can change your courses on the website during the registration period. You can pay using cash or a credit card. Please do not bring food into the classroom. Number the beakers and put them away. Student discount cards can be used on campus in the coffee house. You must go to the reception to pick up your student card. She doesn't even care about anything but what is honest and true. The doctor was not here today. You should raise your concern with the head of school. There will be a guest lecturer visiting the psychology department next month. There is no entrance fee for tonight's lecture. The seminar on writing skills has been canceled. The lecture tomorrow will discuss the educational policies in the United States. No more than 4 people can be in the lab at once. It is important to take gender into account when discussing the figures. If you forgot your student number, you should contact Jenny Bryce. I missed yesterday's lecture. Can I borrow your notes? I didn't understand the author's point of view on immigration. Distance learning has become far more popular these days. The library is located at the other side of the campus behind the student center. The program depends entirely on private funding. The first person in space was from the Soviet Union. All the assignments should be submitted by the end of this week. She has been in the library for a long time. I could not save my work because my computer crashed. I'm glad that you've got it. New York City is famous for its ethnic diversity. Students can get access to computers on a daily basis. We are not going to accept the assignment after the due date on Friday. This part of the story is the story of my father. If you want to quit the student union, tell the registrar. International students can get help with locating housing near the university. The medical center is located near the supermarket on North Street. A company exists for profit, not for societal benefit. Just wait a minute. I will be with you shortly. Make sure you correctly cite all your sources. I won't be able to attend the lecture because I have a doctor appointment. This semester will be from October to January. The investigation aims to find the stand of the problem. There are various approaches for plagiarism across different university departments. The competency of language in the assignment is to use more formal words. Students are allowed to bring dictionaries to the exam. If finance is a cause of concern, scholarships may be available. Higher education means higher pay and more opportunities you will get. Students from different backgrounds can achieve a variety of qualifications. The students are supposed to assemble in the seminar hall before the announcement. After considering all the options, she decided to take risks. Experts cannot agree on a single definition of intelligence. Students fear to write essays because they do not know how to do it. It is expected that all students have their own laptops. None of the students found it difficult to get a job. His particular interest is in the 18th century French society. Such behaviors are regarded as a deviation of the norm. Renewable energy sources are now used to produce electricity. Compiling a bibliography can present a major challenge for some students. The chemistry building is located near the entrance of the campus. I think that to raise the issue and to talk about it is great. A balanced diet will help you study more effectively. At the end of the day, people want to profit from return on their investment. All the works you consult need to be mentioned in the bibliography. I have lectures on Tuesday from 9 o'clock until 2 o'clock. It's a great privilege to welcome our guest speaker to our college. Eating a healthy breakfast can provide energy throughout the day. The deadline of assignments is the 4th of February. This Thursday is the last day for students to withdraw subjects without any penalty. Students can choose graduate certificate, graduate diploma, and master course. The media have had a great influence on people's beliefs and attitudes. Marks will be awarded for a bibliography in the correct format. Understanding the historical context will help you appreciate the art in this era. You can drop or add your courses online during the registration week. The results of the study challenge previously held assumptions. Keeping organized class notes will make study time more efficient. In Russia, my colleagues said my written language was hard to understand. All students must return the books to the college library before the end of the term. Today's lecture is canceled because the lecturer is ill. My tutor told him not to repeat the same argument again and again. Remember, your essay should have less than 2,000 words. The university policy on plagiarism can be viewed on the website. There is no point in designing efficient cars if we use them more and more. Read the safety instructions before using the equipment during the workshop. The faculty staff are very approachable, helpful, and extremely friendly. We have 3 distinctive libraries which are nationally acclaimed. Parking permits can be collected through the Student Service Office. Everyone should get access to art galleries no matter where they live. Major sports on campus include rugby, soccer, and tennis. It is clear that the effects of climate change will damage the world economy. Experience would be an advantage for this managerial role. I would like the assignment to be less than 2,000 words. Biographical information should be removed prior to the publication of the results. Students can download the lecture handouts from the course website. Applicants for the course should preferably have a degree in English or journalism. Ideally, free trade is mutually beneficial for both trading partners. The United States has developed a coffee culture in recent years. Children can share their lunch at around noon. I don't like cheese and tomato sandwiches on white bread and orange juice. If she doesn't speak the language, she's not going to sit around and wait for a translator. Arteries carry oxygenated blood from the heart to other parts of the body. Animals grow larger and stronger to help them to hunt better. The Generic Biology Technology Lab is located at the north wing of the library. We want to attract the very best students regardless of their financial circumstances. In 1880, cycling became a major phenomenon in Europe. I didn't agree with the author's argument, but his presentation was good. There are a range of housing options near the university. All sources of materials must be included in your bibliography. This science fiction novel uses advanced space technologies to create the setting. Nearly half of television outputs are given away for educational programs. The minimal mark for distinction to be awarded is 75%. I would like tomato and cheese sandwiches on white bread and orange juice. We didn't notice any significant variance among the 2 or 3 tasks. We are constantly looking for ways to bring industry and agriculture closer together. The Arts magazine is looking for a new assistant editor. By clicking this button, you agree with the terms and conditions of this website. To receive the reimbursement, you must keep the original receipts. The wheelchair lift has been upgraded this month. The first few sentences of an essay should capture the reader's attention. The current statistical evidence indicates the need of further research. Meeting with tutors could be arranged for students who need additional help. It's time to finalize the work before the Wednesday seminar. Farmers do not always receive fair prices for agricultural goods. Doing this research makes me think of the purpose of science. Conferences are always scheduled on the 3rd Wednesday of the month. Being a student representative on the union really cuts into my study time. Anyone who has a problem with their accommodation should speak to the welfare officer. All students and staff have access to printers and scanners. I think your watch is fast, you need to reset it. Please pass the handouts along to the rest of the people in your row. The gap between the rich and the poor did not decrease rapidly as expected. The problem with this is that it fails to answer the basic question. What distinguishes him from others is his dramatic use of black and white photography. On our campus, prospective students have access to 13 college libraries. Meeting with mentors can be scheduled for students who require additional support. In the 1830s, periodicals appeared in large numbers in America. The study of archaeology requires intensive international fieldwork. But they haven't come to widespread use yet. You can retake the module if your marks are too low. Please explain what the author means by sustainability. Once more, under the pressure of economic necessity, practice outstrip theory. In our city, students have access to 13 college libraries. Our class is divided into 2 groups. You come with me, the others stay here. There's an hourly bus service from the campus into town. We are delighted to have Professor Robert to join our faculty. The School of Arts and Design has an open day on Thursday next week. The psychology department is looking for volunteers to be involved in research projects. The pharmacy was closed when I went past this morning. The clear evidence between brain events and behavioral events is fascinating. Doing this research makes the agricultural sector in that country has been heavily subsidized. There are varying levels of plagiarism across different university departments. Many students are so scared of writing essays because they never learned how. Anatomy is the study of internal and external body structures. Please register your student email account at your earliest convenience. The topic next week will be colonialism and nuclear disarmament. The real reason for global hunger is not the lack of food, but poverty. The university celebrated the Earth Day by planting trees. Acupuncture is a technique involved in traditional Chinese medicine. The United Kingdom is a constitutional monarchy and parliamentary democracy. In the last few weeks, we've been looking at various aspects of the social history of London. During the next few centuries, London became one of the most powerful and prosperous cities in Europe. Glass is not a true solid because it does not have a crystal structure. Essays should be typed with double spacing on white paper. The original Olympic Games were a type of ancient festival. Students are afraid of writing an essay because they have not learned how to do it. All students are encouraged to vote in the forthcoming elections. People see ads on the internet, on TV, and in magazines. The supplementary energy sources are needed after exertion. A study skills seminar is on for the students who require assistance. It is argued that students can learn more by collaborating rather than as individuals. Car park permits can be obtained at the Student Service Center. Your abstract should contain the empirical evidence of your research. We often ask our students to get access to all sorts of services. The result of the experiment indicates that further research is needed. The bus for London will leave 10 minutes later than planned. The origin of psychology can be traced back to ancient Greece. The literal output of this research is prolific and diverse. We have specially assigned staff to help you find appropriate work placements. We weren't able to agree on the appropriate independent variables. The university hosts a wide range of events both on and off campus. Our capacity to serve the community is a vital part of our role. The support and advice of lecturers within the department has been invaluable. The professor plans to discuss issues in the news that reflect concepts taught in class. Each group should submit a rough outline of their project to their tutor. Animal behavior appears to contain both similar and distinct aspects to that of humans. Key aspects of this investigative paradigm may prove useful in other spheres. An essay should use evidence from both primary and secondary sources. The English expression is just a way of saying that age is not important. The trial experiment aims to increase interest in the issue and the jurisdiction clause. Numerous courses devoted to life sciences are listed in the prospectus. In your introduction, show you understand the question in no more than 4 sentences. Telecommunication is based on the array of networks. The contemporary literature works have been broadened and extended through interpretation. A man who suffered serious brain damage during an operation is suing the hospital. The website has probably the most attractive designs and layouts. Soil erosion can be caused by increasing rainfall and changes in plant growth. Fungi are important in the process of decay, which returns ingredients to the soil, enhances soil fertility, and decomposes animal debris. Tuesday sessions will last for approximately 2 hours. This framework could allow us to pose further research questions more systematically. The course comprises 20 hours of lectures, seminars, and tutorials each week. To get a further extension, you need to call the education executive on 401. Those students have to retake the module if their marks are too low. The books are filled with drawings of machines invented when he was a student. I would like an egg and tomatoes on white sandwich bread with orange juice. Any textual references you make should be cited appropriately in the bibliography. The cafeteria closes soon, but the snack machine is accessible throughout the night. Only those who are over 18 years of age are eligible to open a bank account in our bank. The geography assignment should be submitted by midday on Friday. Robert Frost thinks the rural area is livable for people in New England. Contemporary critics dismissed his idea as eccentric. Our capacity to respond to national needs will determine our ability to flourish. To answer such a complex question with a simple yes or no is absolutely impossible. In 1830, periodicals appeared in large numbers in America. The hypothesis about black holes is rendered moot by the explanation of the explosion. Expertise in particular areas distinguishes you from other graduates in a job interview. Our School of Arts and Technology accepts applications at all points throughout the year. Organic food is grown without applying chemicals, and the process is without artificial additives. A renowned economist is selected to have a speech tonight at 8. The hypothesis needs to be tested in a more rigorous way. The theoretical proposal was challenging to grasp. Higher fees make students think more critically about what universities can offer. She is an expert of 18th century French literature. This small Indian state is a land of forests, valleys, and snowy islands. Globalization has been a major force driving both urbanization and the growth of cities. We offer a broad range of undergraduate and postgraduate courses. The recent study has thrown out the validity of the argument. The office said Dr. Smith will arrive later today. The author expressed an idea that modern readers inevitably cannot accept. The residence hall is closed prior to the closing time of the academic building at the end of the semester. I've got a tutorial in an hour and I haven't had any time to prepare for it. I expect a long and stagnant debate on this issue for a week or two. Politics involves both legislative and political authorities. Our university has strong partnerships with industry as well as collaborative relationships with government bodies. The U.S. ranks 22nd in foreign aid, given the percentage of GDP. Leading scientists speculate that numerous planets could support life forms. Hypothetically, insufficient mastery in the area slows future progress. Please sort and order the presentation slides according to topic and speaking time. Does the college refectory offer vegetarian dishes on a daily basis? All essays and seminar papers submitted must be emailed to your tutor. Students will not be given credits for assignments submitted after the due date. Crops respond no more readily to anything than to careful husbandry and skillful cultivation. Answering such a complex question with a simple yes or no is absolutely impossible. A preliminary bibliography is due the week before the spring break. In consultation with your supervisor, your thesis is approved by the faculty committee. People with an active lifestyle are less likely to die early or to have a major illness. The verdict depends on which side was more convincing to the jury. Meteorology is the detailed study of the Earth's atmosphere. A demonstrated ability to write clear, correct, and concise English is obligatory. Unfortunately, the two most interesting economics electives clash on my timetable. I think it's a shame that some foreign language teachers were able to graduate from college without ever having studied with a native speaker. Due to rising enrollment in courses, universities should also increase their staff. Basketball was created in 1891 by a physician and physical education instructor. The original Olympic Games were celebrated as religious festivals. All filed assignments should have a full list of bibliography. Rules about breaks and lunch time vary from one company to another. I will now demonstrate how the reaction can be arrested by adding a dilute acid. A periodical is a publication that is issued regularly. The mismatch between the intended and reported uses of the instrument has become clear. The student welfare officer can help with questions about exam techniques. 39.5% of California residents speak a language other than English at home. There are several reasons for this lack of interest in corporate crime, compared with other types of crime. I'll start with a brief history of the district and then focus on life in the first half of the 20th century. Higher numbers of patients were infected than in previous outbreaks of the illness. The initial results are intriguing, but statistically speaking, they are insignificant. Adverts might use humor, drama, or catchy slogans to grab people's attention. I've had a very happy childhood, so I sometimes forget that others haven't.